What is Terrance Gangsta Williams, aka OG Giggity, aka Mr. Answer Right Back, aka the People's Champ, Terrance Williams. I'm in New Orleans and I'm hanging out.
Okay.
I'm trying to trip out. Go ahead.
So I want to first thank you for letting me interview you. I guess this is like the third, fourth time?
But I don't keep count. I like to give back to the shelter.
I knew you was going to say some stupid ass shit. All right. So how you feeling? You back in the city? How you feeling?
Feeling good. I have a little cold, but other than that, I'm feeling good.
All right. So you ready to get to some questions?
I'm sitting here, right?
Okay. My first question for you is, how many rappers mention your name in a song, in their song?
I don't know. That's a man. BG, Wayne, Juvie,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. UNLV,
5,
Soulja Slim,
6,
that's all I can think of now.
So for those 6 songs, do you know exactly the names of those songs? And so like,
Yeah, well, actually, if you Google on YouTube, it's gonna tell you all the songs my name was mentioned
no, it's not.
in. There's a guy who put a thing together with all the songs.
Oh, really?
It said that you're not in tune. You be so busy worrying about them little bounce
Okay.
videos y'all do in the city. Bounce music.
Next question.
I like that.
Do you think if you would have grew up in Gert Town, your path would have been different? You wouldn't have been in the streets?
I would have been in the street because it was gangsters. They gangsters back there.
Do you feel like it would have been better than the project? Or it would have been like the same? What and what?
Well, because my bro John, he deceased. Then I grew up at the Gert Town around the cap stand where you had Maine, Big Jerry, Corey Dunn, Eric Travis.
Who are these people that you mentioned?
They some legends out of Gert Town. Then you got Chop, the mayor of Gert Town. I grew up on Pine and Olive, so when I grew up, I didn't see none of the shooting, the drugs, and all that. But when I got older and when I was making my bones in the Magnolia Project, they were older making their bones in Gert Town. So it's like we had Streamline back there. We used to go to. Anybody know about Streamline back in 1994? Yeah, it was lit back then. What you was in? You fought the sack in 1994.
What month was it?
Well, let me see, I went to Old Bedford. I remember I went to jail from Streamline August of 94.
Oh, I was born.
No, I'd say then, but it was way before that too. 93, 94. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so you saying that it would have been about the same, essentially.
I would assume because I'm the same wherever I go.
Okay, so do you feel like you a sellout because you claimed this other hood and you did all of that and you knew you could have did it where you was from?
No, I'm not a sellout. Diesel tried to put that in my head, talking about because I'm born and raised in Gert Town, I can't claim the Magnolia. These are the Mel said that.
And how you feel?
Huh?
How you feel about it?
On one hand, he got a point. That's why I let people know that I'm not out the Magnolia Project. I just made my name in the Magnolia Project. That's why I rep the Nolia.
So what was so enticing about the project? Because if you're saying it was the same.
When I got to the project, my name was Terrance. All right. Well, actually, Stone at the Magnolia Project gave me a little gangster in juvenile jail. So I used to claim the project in juvenile jail, but my mother moved in the project while in juvenile jail.
Okay. Do you know why she moved?
Well, she needed money. She had to move. What you mean? Why the average person move, man? That was what the world?
That's not a goofy question.
I didn't say goofy. You thought it was goofy, so you know it was goofy.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Would you have a sit-down conversation with Boosie to resolve any issues or problems that you guys may have?
Yeah, we don't have a problem. This Boosie went off. I respond. I saw opportunity where I could blow up. He kept responding to. Boosie responded to an ex-street guy. So it's like anybody that grew up in the parish know, and in our state judge know how to jokes, know how to crack jokes, know how to play. So it's like Boosie, like you talking to the right one, you know. But I don't have like a serious issue with Boosie, because I've learned now the internet and when people say to okay forgive it, because you know growing up in the hood in the streets, somebody say certain stuff, it's like ain't no coming back for that. Words are one thing you can't take back.
Right.
He said some disrespectful stuff, but I've learned now, like man, I ain't my mind somewhere else.
Mm. Okay. So, my next question is if Baby and Tony Braxton had a big wedding, would you want to be a part of the wedding, like in the wedding, or would you want to just be invited to the wedding?
None. That don't excite me somebody was getting married.
Why not?
I ain't getting nothing out of that.
You don't think you could get some content?
Did I just say I ain't getting nothing out of mail? I don't. Not yet, not the content.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, you just be jumping the gun.
No, I don't want to be around no gun.
So let's go back to Boosie.
Okay.
Boosie current baby mama is, I think she's like 30, 29. How you feel about age gap relationships?
It's good and bad.
Okay, why is it good and why is it bad?
If you have a young age gap female that's mature, it's a good thing, you know, y'all can sit down and build. But if you got a young female that still have that childish mindset, it becomes a headache, because it's like, man, I don't keep raising, like I gotta keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, you mess with older people? What are you laughing about? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
So what do you feel about the age gap?
This is your interview, sir.
I know, that's why I get to do what I want, so answer the question.
I feel like people should do what works for them.
So you prefer a younger guy your age or an older man?
I prefer whatever's gonna make me happy.
You happy now?
Yeah, I'm
You in a
okay.
relationship now? I just ask. The people gonna want to know, because like they hear your voice, they hear, you know, the use of the song with the never ever ever, you ain't never taking them back. I think that's a lie.
That's a fact.
Anyway, so what's the next question, man?
Okay. So, all right, back to Baby. So you know how you always bring up that you are the original hot boy. He stole the concept from you.
I never say he stole.
Okay, clarify.
Yeah.
Before I answer my question.
I just straightened you just now.
Okay, so do you feel like you deserve a percentage of anything that's hot boy merch, the albums? Do you? No. Okay, why not?
They took care of me when I was locked up, 23 years, 10 months.
So you feel like that's the just due?
Yeah, and we were young when we started that stuff, and they took it and ran with it. So, yeah, I'm not caught up in, yo, nigga, now I'm free, and I'm ready to move on, you know? Keep it moving.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So being a reformed man, a civilian, like you call it, would you encourage the current youth to rat or snitch?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why go to pen, you can tell on a friend.
What do you mean by that?
Why go to the pen when you can tell on a friend? That's self-explain. Like, what's duh? Why would I go to pen when I can tell on you to go stop from going? Yeah, I encourage you little children to tell. What?
So, okay. Would have said something sooner?
No.
No? Why not?
Because I don't believe in that stuff. I just saw opportunity and took it and ran with it. But real talk, I think that if you do the crime, do the time. But there's a flip side to that where if you can find a loophole, get them out of there.
And
you don't have to hurt nobody.
You found your loophole.
I guess. Did I?
You free?
Exactly.
Sir, no phones.
Oh, all right. My bad.
All right.
I thought it was a hood interview.
It's not.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So, what was the most informative book that you read while you was in prison?
Oh man, George Jackson. I read Stand at the Scratch Line, Echoes of a Distant Summer. Oh, my favorite book that I read is called The Sea of Nectar.
What is that about?
About the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon his life story.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And then the book of books, the Quran.
Okay.
But I did read a lot of hood books too, though.
What you used to like about the hood books?
Just, I used to, like, when I'm reading, I'm picturing how the author is thinking. Like, what's on his mind, what made him write this, what made him ask this, like. And I used to be like, okay, because I'm an X3 guy, so my mind would be like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, yeah, okay, I see that. Yeah, I see me doing this, that.
So a lot of the things you could relate to, and then some of the things you couldn't really fathom.
I could relate to, but I wouldn't feel right. Fathom. I was like, nah, I wouldn't have done no goofy stuff like that. Nah, he tripping. Nah.
What's something goofy that you feel? That
Oh,
you
like,
read?
two things. Like I said, if you with a woman, taking care of her, doing all this, you go to jail. She cheat on you, get pregnant, you come home, take care of her and the baby.
What's wrong with that?
What's right with that? What the word? Talking about what's wrong with that?
So while you was in prison for something that you did, and she
Went on with
essentially
her life.
moved on with her
Right.
life and had a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got released from prison, y'all reconnected.
You turned your back on her. I took care of you.
How?
I'm gonna say this again. If I took care of you,
Hmm?
I'm out here in the streets risking my life. So I make sure you got clothes in your back, food in your mouth, a roof over your head, and then I go to jail, and then you just cut me off cold turkey. Just
How
go-
long you was in jail?
I don't know. You gotta tell me.
I'm
You
just
probably- it's your
saying,
interview.
in that scenario, what you
A
feel
year
like
is
is
still too long to turn you back on me. It ain't. Or let's say 5 years.
okay? 5 years.
5 years. So my thing is, if I was your main man and I did this and that for you, and then you moved on with your life, like a card, a few dollars, not gonna hurt.
So you mean like cutting you off completely once you start this family?
Right.
Okay, you wasn't specific.
I asked you asked a question, and then I gave you a scenario. Then you went into more detail about whoop to whoop. I just feel like that's just like, if I'm out here risking my life and I'm making sure you're good when I go to jail, you can at least help me out. You got some women so cold, they be like, boy, you's over with, but you go on and beat it. I'm like, wow. You know, then you got some women that troop it out. Some of them be like, look, I got an old man, I'm in a relationship, but I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna come see you every now and again, I'm gonna send you pictures, money, accept your call when I can. I respect that.
So you had that scenario happen to you?
I had, no, what you mean?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had plenty of women when I was locked up.
Oh.
Yeah, I never had a shortage on a woman. I never had a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that now. You see my Instagram, Terrance Gangsta, where you home? Hot at the boy. Why you so quiet? Like, you interviewing me, or your mind, like, you captivated? What's going on?
Next question. What was your favorite prison meal?
Oh man, on Thursdays the chicken, the baked chicken. It's another baked chicken. They used to give us this pasta with the quesadilla thing, with it big old, man, that thing was nice. They used to give us that, but then they had stopped doing that. They used to give us fried shrimp. It's a lot of different dishes I used to love.
Did you have a job in prison?
Yeah,
What was your job?
I tried Unicorn.
What is that?
A big warehouse where you, like the Unicorn I was working, we did T-shirts, like the T-shirt don't, all this is crazy that this shirt, this here part, the little part right here, this don't come on the shirt. All this stuff is sold, put together, like this here, part here be open. Mm-hmm. So you got different lines, like you're gonna assemble different stuff, put the shirt on there. You got one, you may have like 20, maybe 30 guys right here in this section right here. And their job is to sew this and this on the shirt. And then they put it in a pile, a bundle, wrap it up. Go to the next thing. Their job is to sew this here around there. Put it and move on like that.
How much you got paid for that?
I used to get like $100-something a month. And that's because I was grade 4 or 5, something like that.
So explain the grades.
When you first start, you're gonna be like if you don't have a GED or that, you're gonna start at grade 5, mainly paid at the bottom. But if you have a GED and you know you can work your way up, you go pay grade 1. My cell base would be 200 something. I know a dude would be 500 something. I know a guy was getting $1,000. However, it's because he had longevity. I mean, he been working in it so many years, you know. But I personally made $100 something, $116, something like that every month.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And what was you doing with your money?
Commissary, the phone.
Okay.
I never saved it. I didn't save it because I had outside support. You got some guys that go to and can save and come home with a pretty penny. Mm-hmm.
You know somebody who does that?
Yeah, I know a few, but I don't be. I wouldn't clocking them guys' money. I don't care who did that. Why you rolling your eyes?
These people cannot see me. I did not.
That's why I'm
roll
letting
my
them know
eyes.
what you did.
All right. So what's a place or a country you would love to visit now that you're free?
Mecca.
Yeah, I could imagine.
You can?
I mean, interviewing you throughout this time and like having conversations with you, I can see that being a place. How do you feel about President Trump sending people back to Mexico and ending the Pride Parade? So the first question, how you feel about him sending people back to Mexico?
I have a Latino community that support me. So for those people to flee from Mexico to come here, it's showing they need help. It's showing they need shelter. The only thing I don't like is when certain Mexicans come over here, how they go in them Cali in them hoods and all that, and then they become racist. Like want to go to war and gang bang. But bro, hold on, bro. You came over here and now y'all just want to go to try to put down and get the spread. And like, come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. But shout out to my Latino community. The ones that's on some cool, chill stuff. Now, the second thing, the pride. I fought Obama for that because when he signed that law, y'all start getting wild.
What do you mean, y'all?
You're not part of the community? Hey, man?
No, I'm not a part of the community.
Okay. You said like with a little attitude, like you got a problem with the community?
I don't.
All right, then, because they'll get on you now. You know, the punks run New Orleans.
Can you?
I would just say they run y'all city. So anyway,
I don't even think you can say punks.
yeah, you can't say that. They don't like you saying that F word.
Oh.
Yeah, you say punk, sissy, gay, all that. You can't say the other word. They don't like that word, fag. So anyway,
Why you just said it? Why did you just say it?
Yeah, so yeah, I don't have a problem with that with him stopping that.
How you feel about Trump? I feel like Trump.
I like Trump.
Did a lot of prison reformants.
I like Trump. Trump.
All right, why do you like Trump?
Because he's a white racist guy that lets you know I don't like you, I don't mess with you, but how I do a little something for y'all. You know what you're dealing with Trump.
So you it's not a surprise. What you see is what you get.
Right.
Or what he says is what you get.
Is what it is.
Okay.
Trump say don't be.
And then how did Trump play a part in your freedom?
And he didn't at all.
I thought he passed a bill or something.
Oh, my bad. He showed in 2018 the First Step Act. Trump.
Could you explain that?
The First Step Act came about. Well, there was other people that was already pushing, but Trump signed off on it.
Okay.
The First Step Act, where they allowed people like me that was stuck at one time to file under 3582 extraordinary compelling circumstances, saying like back when I first got locked up, my sentence was mandatory here. But now that the guidelines are advisory, Yana, I've been in jail for all these years. These were my certificates. I stay out of trouble for thus amount of years. I've been doing this. I'm rehabilitated. I'm asking the court to reduce my sentence. And
So it's like you got released off of good behavior in a sense.
kind of, yeah, because it's up to the judge discretion to see what all you have done and why you were in prison. It's like to say, okay, well, you are rehabilitated.
What was your mindset